Amid everything going on in the world right now, there hasn't been a lot of attention paid to Afghanistan as of late. So we thought we'd give you an update. In April, the Taliban issued their latest edict, which essentially restricted women from accessing one of the last remaining employment sectors available to them, the UN system. This was a devastating blow. In one regard, many of these women are the primary breadwinners for their families. In another, they also serve as vital lifelines to communities across Afghanistan, where more than 2/3 of the population relies on humanitarian assistance for everyday survival. In response, the UN Secretary General last week convened a meeting of special envoys to discuss what to do. In simple terms, they could remain in country and abide by the gender apartheid restrictions, or pull out entirely. The UN elected to remain in country, and unfortunately, there were very little accountability mechanisms applied to the Taliban, despite the institutionalized gender discrimination they've implemented over the last 2 years. This is a travesty, but there are things the international community can do in response. Of utmost importance is greater attention to the corruption and kleptocracy of the Taliban. While existing economic pressures and diplomatic pressures have aimed to incentivize the Taliban to roll back their human rights abuses and these restrictions placed on women and girls, they haven't really done anything in response. And so the international community really needs to go after their individual assets, to curtail their travel, to really put pressure on the financial systems where they are safeguarding their individual resources. Additionally, the United States and the international community needs to do more to recognize the gender apartheid that's taking place and to really demonstrate within their foreign policy and security policy agendas that the status of women and girls in Afghanistan and around the world is truly a priority. Lastly, there remain so many incredible Afghan advocates on the front lines who, despite the restrictions, continue to deliver on education, addressing food insecurity, medical priorities, despite all of the restrictions taking place in Afghanistan right now. They are in desperate need of additional resources and support. The Bush Institute remains committed to standing with Afghan women and children, and we hope you will too. To learn more about how you can help, visit bushcenter.org/Afghanistan.